Take a few breaths in child's pose. Knees hip width distance apart and the arms extended out in front of you. Just feel the breath flowing in and out of the body. Just notice your mind before you prepare to explore down dog. Come onto the hands and knees. The hands a little forward of the shoulders, and as you inhale, lift the chest, tilt your tail up to cow pose. Exhale, sink your hips back toward your heels, come back to the child's pose. As you inhale, flow right back up to cow. And as you exhale, come back to child's pose, just warming the body up a little bit before we dive into our down dog exploration. As you inhale, breathe into the chest and the upper back. And as you exhale, draw the low belly below the navel into the spine. When you're ready to begin your downward dog exploration, scooch your hands forward so the elbows straighten and come up off the mat. Continue to breathe. And then come back to your tabletop position, tuck your toes, and send your hips high to the sky. You can have a soft bend in the knees here. You'll notice I'm lifting my heels and lowering them down toward the mat just to get a little more length in my spine. Ears in line with the elbows. And you can drop to your knees and slide back to child's pose. We'll play with some variations of downward facing dog that you might explore. So you can come back up when you're ready. And one thing that's easy to play with is to widen the feet to the edges of the mat. And again, some heel raises or some knee bends, just to get acquainted with a little different positioning of the feet. And you can bring them back in and then try the same things with the hands. So I like to have the hands nice and wide. That makes space in my upper back. I tend to carry tension in my shoulders, so I like the wider arm position for down dog. And take breaks when you need to, especially as you're exploring. You can send the hands back. If you have pain in the wrists when you do down dog, there are a couple of options. You can roll the front of your mat up the way I'm showing here and place the heels of the hands on the rolled up portion of the mat. This is nice if you don't have any props like a wedge or blocks. And again, you can play with the hand position wider or closer together. Same thing with the feet. And as you exhale, really draw the navel in toward the spine. A lot of people will arch the back a lot more in down dog like I'm showing here now. You want to fill out that part of the back so you're more in a V position and you're not dropping into the shoulder joints. You can drop down to your knees. Another way that you can handle wrist issues in down dog is to find two blocks and place the hands on the blocks. That will raise you up a little bit higher, and you can play with that angling of the body. Bending one knee and then the other, often called walking the dog. So the different arm positions, different hand positions, different leg positions. Just try them all out. Take breaks when you like. If the wrists are just not happy in either of those positions, you can take more of a dolphin pose. Bring opposite hand to opposite elbow to set the distance. Tuck the pinky finger in as you interlace the fingers. And then press the forearms and the elbows down. The head here is not touching the floor. And you'll press into the elbows and the forearms equally. You can do the same walking of your dog here and lifting of the heels. Again, optional. If you want to do dolphin pose itself, you can start to walk the feet in a little bit closer toward the elbows, but that's not required here. We're just using it as a down dog substitute. Always rest in child's pose after doing any kind of strenuous posture like down dog. And again, you can wrap the hands down to the heels.